Hey guys, it's Claire. Welcome to In the Real, the podcast that provides a safe space to talk about whatever we want with absolutely no judgment. And for this very special Pride edition of the podcast, I am here with Venus.
Yes, hello.
I know Venus from local drag shows. When I first came out last year, my mom took me to see you, and we're here.
Really? Yes, Mom.
For those of you who have never seen my podcast before, I go over a couple different sections. I have a list of questions for each individual guest, and then I have a set of rapid fire questions that I ask everyone. They're just off the dome, quick answers. And then the third thing is the signing of the plaque, and I'll get your signature at some point. I know I'll be seeing you again real soon. But yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna go ahead and get into the questions. So my first question for you is, when did you first get into drag?
I think it was like 2014. It was after Gaga's Art Pop album came out. So that's where my name comes from. Yeah, I think it was like 2014, which I always watched like RuPaul growing up. I don't know, it's something like that me and all my friends would do. Is like I would like the moms would be like, don't tell the dad, but you can stay over. Like the moms knew I was like gay. So we would stay over, and then my friends were like put me like in makeup and yeah, those photos were not resurfacing ever again. So I don't know, it's kind of something that just evolved into it, and then did like a couple of shows, and here we are like 10 years later.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Talk about your name Venus and how Gaga shaped that for you.
Yeah, so being like art pop, I mean, now my arm is covered, but that was my first tattoo. I was 17. My mom did not want me to get a tattoo, but my dad was like, yeah, which he knew is like, I'm very persistent. So if I want something, I'm getting it. I've always been a big fan of Gaga. Art Pop was like that album means so much to me. It's my favorite album. It's the first time I ever got to see her live. I was supposed to see her at the Monster Ball, got sick, had tickets for the Born This Way ball both nights, was in Chicago, outside of her hotel, talking to her team, and then she posts like the whole tweet, hey, the tour's canceled, I'm injured. I was doing some work for the Born This Way Foundation, which is her foundation, and it was like a campaign. You post a photo and you get people to donate money. I only raised like a couple grand, which is awesome, actually. Actually, it's good. They chose me as a winner. So I get this phone call. They're like, hey, next week we're flying you out to New York City to walk the red carpet with Gaga at the VMAs for her comeback. And I'm like, dang. My mom was pissed because here I am like on my twin size bed at home, and I'm like got my laptop. I broke my laptop for one thing, slung that bitch across the room. I'm screaming. My mom comes like she-hulking like the Kool-Aid man through the door, and I'm like, and she's like, what and I'm like, showed her my cracked computer screen. It's like that whole email. So we go pick out a really cool suit. 2 days before, get a phone call. Hey, MTV messed everything up. We can't send you to New York. Okay. So at this moment, I'm like, I'm never going to get to see this bitch. Like, never. Well, they're like, we will be in contact with you very soon. Get a call. I think it was like a week later. They're like, hey, you're going to New York for sure in 2 weeks. We're sending you out to Gaga's private release party for Art Pop. So her album cover, that's actually like a giant, like, I mean, a huge statue. So I got to fly to New York, eat at her parents' restaurant, stay on Times Square, go to her like pop-up shop, and go to her release party. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Crazy. So I didn't get to actually meet her or anything like I was supposed to. That was a whole mess. That's a whole other story, girl. That was a mess trying to get to the party because you had like thousands of people that were trying to get into this event. And I'm like, this little gay boy from Indiana with my little BlackBerry prepaid phone at the time, and I'm like, this is an email. Let me in. I'm supposed to be on that boat because you have to get on this boat and go to a disclosed location.
Mm-hmm.
I almost fell off the boat. True story. Mess. That's really like my connection with the album, and then I just really love Venus, and I love like Greek mythology too. Something I've always found very interesting. So it's like okay, and if you've ever noticed, Venus and Aurora,
Mm-hmm.
all of it goes together,
Yep.
and Aura is another song from Art Pop. So yeah, no, it's this whole little cute little family thing, and I don't know, that's just how I was so connected to that name. I thought it was different. And I've always loved Cher, and I could not think of a last name. And I'm like, oh, Venus because I need a last name.
No.
It's a one name bitch. So that's really like how that came about. And yeah, just being a little monster my entire life. So
Who isn't a little monster their entire life, though?
exactly. If you're not, come on.
I remember I was 8 years old and my mom came back from Florida with these seashells and I put them on my boobs when I was 9 years old. I didn't have boobs yet. I was like, I'm Lady Gaga. And obviously that's way before, that was before Applause came out. So I kind of, I want to say in my mind that I invented that.
You manifested it. You say with those signals. I love it.
Yeah. How has drag shaped who you are today?
Like I said, I've been doing this for like 10 years now. I was 17 when I started. Be Here Now is where I started too. It has brought so many wonderful people into my life. Like, I mean, man, I wouldn't be talking to you if I, didn't have the platform. It's brought in so many amazing people in my life, and I don't. It's weird for me to call people like fans or anything like that. Y'all are my friends. And it's brought in so many good friends into my life, and being able to connect one-on-one and share stories. I think it is, as humans, we need that. We need that connection and be able to be vulnerable and safe with each other. We need that so we can heal and grow and evolve as, that's what we are. I've had so many amazing opportunities to perform for different charities. I love being able to help the community and give back. We have to do that. I think it's so important. I've gotten to connect with some of my favorite famous artists, like Amy Lee. Oh, I love her. I have like a connection and a relationship with her, and it's so weird. Like she follows me on Twitter. We talk one-on-one. What? I have gotten to connect with Gaga, gotten to connect with Demi, Melanie Martinez, and just so many people that I love, and music is a big thing for me. Being able to share my feelings and my emotions to music and connect with you guys, but also to be able to connect with the artists, it's been like the most fulfilling thing ever. I'm really grateful. I'm extremely grateful, to be able to dance for you guys and, make y'all smile for a few hours. It's been like the best thing to my heart. So yeah. It's changed my life in so many ways. So many amazing ways. I've went through hell and back being an entertainer. But it's been worth it.
Yeah. How important is it to have representation for the queer community through performing?
So important, girl. So important. We have to, our queer spaces are so limited in a lot of communities, and we have to keep them moving, keep them going. One really cool thing about the mark, I love that, at first a lot of people thought this is just a queer space to go to. But I don't know if you've noticed how many locals are coming out and supporting our event, straight, locals. And it's amazing to see that what we're doing at our shows, what we're doing in our spaces is creating not just a queer space, but a safe space for everyone to feel accepted and loved and to be kind to each other. I think our shows are doing a lot more than what we know. You guys are doing a lot more than what you know when you come to a show. So it's really cool to see all that representation shining right now.
Yeah. Who in the community do you think has helped pave the way for people like us to be who we are?
Like Muncie community,
Just in general.
just in general. Well, in our Muncie community, for us local as queers in our community, everyone that runs the Art Tap Room, for one thing, for keeping those doors open, everyone that's ever worked there, like I I tell them all the time, they're doing so much more than just opening up doors for a bar. It's your heart, it's your acceptance, it's your love. Outreach. I was Muncie Outreach's first kid to ever walk in the doors, and that was like at the church too. So my mom has some real good faith. I honestly don't even think I told her where I was actually going that night because I was kind of like nervous. But Laura, I think she's done incredible things for the community and for the youth, and I'm really grateful because I struggle with a lot of mental health myself, and especially as a teenager. I'm really surprised I made it through my teenage years. So I'm coming up on 27 though. We'll see. No, but I owe a lot to her, and there's been so many. I like to call them drag moms that come to the shows that like fall in love with us queens, and they like take care of us, and they care about us. And Wanga, she passed a few years ago. She was one of my drag moms. She put on a gay prom in Muncie, and she gave me so much support. I feel like, especially for a teenager, when you come out as queer, for me at least, I felt like and granted, I'm sure you've seen my mom. She's at like every show. She's so supportive and loving, so blessed. But
She's an
I
icon.
felt like she is. I felt like there was things I didn't want to talk to her about them. There was pain and things that I didn't want her to worry about. So I had these other moms like Laura and Wanda and Bobby, and all these. They've helped more than just me, and I think it's just been people creating connections in our community, and people using their voice, and just yeah. I'm babbling. Yeah, you got me babbling.
I don't even know how you came out in high school. Like, I didn't come out until last year when you saw me. I was like a fresh 21-year-old. So I came out like the week of my 21st birthday. I don't know how people can come out in high school. And it's like, obviously, in my high school, there was a lot of support. No one really cared. It was nothing like that. But I just, for one, I didn't know 100%. But like, I was like, I'm not straight, but like, I don't know. But also, I just wasn't comfortable enough with myself during that time because obviously in high school, you're figuring out who you are and everybody hates each other and it's all these like drama and stuff. So like, I just commend people who are able to come out during adolescence. Like, it is crazy to me.
It's a tough thing for sure. Coming out, no, honestly though, no matter what age you are, it is a tough and scary and brave thing to do. I actually didn't technically come out.
Mm-hmm.
It was forced out, but like, I mean, I was a raging homo. We all knew. It was just a matter of time. And of course, I did that whole thing for me. I came out as bi first, and then I was like, but yeah, I technically didn't come out myself, but I think everything happens for a reason, and I gained some really cool allies when I did come out.
So what do you want audience to take away from your shows?
To be happy, to feel love, to feel accepted, to be kind. Y'all know I'm preaching about kindness all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I always say I'm a bitch, but I believe in some kindness.
No, every single show you literally have a section and you're like, now, what did we bring here? We brought kindness. And then you make everybody scream it. And I'm just like, yes.
That's really what I want. I love the attention. I do love some attention when it's weird though, when I'm not V, I'm kind of like very quiet, and stay to my tight clique, but as V, like I love the attention. But seeing you guys smile, seeing you guys have a good time, emo night, like there's been did you come to emo night?
When was that?
I think that was in 2 months ago. Yeah,
I've been to so many of your rock shows.
it that night it was so packed. There wasn't even a place. Like people were sitting on the floors in the Mark.
Wait, was that when Oliver's birthday was on emo night?
I don't know.
It sounds like it would be that night.
We had like the backdrop. I did like some MCR things like that.
Then I wouldn't have been there for that.
Oh, it was that night. I told everyone, get out of your seat if you can and get up to the stage. And for a moment, I was like, I'm about to crowd surf. Yeah. That night, I still have been riding this high from it. Seeing everyone dance together and all these different people in the room, they got up together and they were dancing and laughing and smiling. And it's been a minute since I've seen a show like that. And it's been a minute since I've gotten to experience something like that, especially since the lockdown. I feel like over the past 3 years almost now, there's just been so much anxiety. There's been so much aggression. I feel like everyone's on edge and everyone's went through hell and back over these past few years. So to see everyone having fun and just being themselves, like that was the best feeling ever. That's all I want people to take away from the shows. I love having a new follower on Instagram. I don't care about that. If you leave loving yourself, feeling a little bit good, better about who you are, that's what I want. It's the ultimate payoff.
All right, well, that is all of the official questions I have for you. Are you ready to get into the rapid fire section?
Oh, let's do it.
What is your favorite color?
Black and blue.
Favorite movie?
No! Okay, I love movies.
It's too hard to pick.
What's your favorite movie?
Okay, it's a toss-up between Requiem for a Dream and Across the Universe.
Across the Universe is so good.
It's written on my
arm. I didn't even know that.
Yes! So many catches.
Not me too. No.
You wouldn't know about that.
This is a shirt. Titanic. I love Titanic so much. And then, I love horror movies. Like Trick or Treat. That is like one of my favorite. If we're talking Disney, Lilo and Stitch, because I am a walking Stitch. So, but no, like I actually love romance a lot in Titanic. But if we're going to talk about a series, I am a twihard until the day I die. Team Calling. All the way.
The respect points just went. But you like what you like. No, I will die on that hill, though, that the best scene in Titanic is at the end where he's standing by the clock and it says the exact time the Titanic sank.
Uh-huh.
That's the best scene.
It is. My dream's always been to we got married. I'm already married, but I'm like, okay, if we make it a little bit longer, we're gonna have like a really fun what's that, vow renewal. I really want to do it on like the grand staircase at like the Titanic Museum in Vegas. I have a photo of me and Jared. It's on a canvas, but it's on that, and he's kissing my hand like Jack is kissing Rose's hand, and oh my god, I'll like from time to time just walk and stare at that photo. I'm like,
we need to do another episode where we just talk about movies.
Oh, I would be down. You talk about music and movies,
okay, we will plan that.
Yes.
What did you eat for breakfast?
A iced matcha with 6 pumps of vanilla venti.
First song that pops in your head.
Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
You've performed that one before.
No, really?
No, really, no. I think I've been to like several shows where you've done that one.
I know. I'm like, I feel like that, Venus and Bad Romance are the songs I have done the absolute most in my career.
And I've heard you sing all of them, or like lip sync all of them.
Yes.
What was the name of your first pet?
Oh, Pikachu.
Ooh. Best childhood memory.
Mhm. Probably seeing Britney Spears for the first time. That was like really my first concert.
Mhm.
Backstreet Boys was technically my first, but it was my sister's concert. It was Backstreet Boys and Shaggy.
Mm.
But I got to see Britney Spears, and that was like, I feel like my first memory. I think it was only like 5. It was like, I think that was 1990, no, 2000. So it would have been 5 years old. Yeah, that's like my top memory, my favorite.
Biggest fear.
Oh, um, God, are we gonna get dark for a moment? My fear is actually losing some of my loved ones before I go.
Mm.
It's like I said we're gonna get dark. I don't like spiders. I have a spider web tattoo on me and a spider technically tattooed on me, but I don't like them. I'm learning to get along with them. I'll let them live in my house. I just can't get in my space.
Biggest regret.
I don't know. I'm gonna be that cliche person that's like, I don't think I really have. I mean, I got a couple exes I regret, but
We all do.
I regret what my credit card statement said last month. Yeah, but yeah, I really regret too much. I'm making it so far, so
Are you satisfied with your episode?
I think so. I am. Are you satisfied with this episode?
Absolutely. I feel like I'm satisfied with every episode. Just getting to talk to people. Like the format of this is I get a guest and I talk to a guest because conversations don't really happen anymore. And just to be able to
Hmm.
talk about anything in like this open, safe space, like that's what I love doing.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, in a way, we're doing the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
building connections and creating a safe space. So, welcome to the house.